time to change my hair because I've had this hair color since the very beginning of this year, and that is 3 months, and that is way too long for me. So my last color that I have applied to my hair was the black and the silver, and that faded to this weird, unpleasanty type beige and brown color, which might look good if that's what you're into, but I'm so over it. I'm so done and I'm ready to change it. So I was inspired by the ocean, so that is what I'm going to try to replicate onto my hair. Basically, grays, blacks and blues is what I'm going to try to achieve. However, clearly I'm going to need to get rid of this color because it is not quite white. The 3 things that you could do to remove color from your hair is A, use chemical hair color removers, which you could get usually at the hair salon, but they're quite pricey and just I'm lazy. 2, you could bleach it, which is like the worst thing you could do because damage. Or 3, you could do my method of hair color removal, and basically what that is vitamin C mixed with anti-dandruff shampoo. So if you want, I actually filmed a video on this, I believe a year ago. It's a thorough video and it explains what you have to do and what it works, why it works, and it actually works, and that is why I'm gonna do it. So basically, very roughly, you take some vitamin C, you crush it up, and then you mix it with an equal ratio of anti-dandruff shampoo. And I've already done that. And this is what is the end product. And basically what you do is you apply it onto your hair. Just directly apply it, and this just removes hair color from your hair. So I'm gonna do that now. Also, wear a bad t-shirt because this is gonna go on your clothes and you don't want to stain it. It's not gonna stain it, but you're a human, not a pig. Change. So now I'm going to be leaving this on for as long as I like, really. I'm going to be leaving it on for an hour, and then I'll come back and show you what it looks like after I washed it off and conditioned it per usual. So this is what the hair looks like after 1 application of the vitamin C and anti-dandruff shampoo. I left it on for 2 hours, and I see that it has done considerable change in the fact that my hair can no longer be classified as silver, but is now mostly a blonde. So here is what it looks like. I like it, it's decent, but obviously this isn't what I want. This is just so that I remove any and all color from my hair. Obviously it didn't really affect the darker areas of my hair like my roots, but that's okay because I'm going to be going over it with black anyways. However, the bottom I'm going to be going for it with blue, teals and silvers, which require lighter hair, hence this. So we'll see how it turns out then. So today I'm going to be dyeing my hair, and previously you've seen me strip out the remaining gray color from my hair, and that is kind of just so I'm working with a fresh base when I'm putting on the blues and the other colors on top. So today I'm going to be using a combination of 4 dyes in total. I'm going to be using black, which I'm just going to be putting on my roots, and this is just because I wasn't able to take out the remaining black over here, meaning I'll have to go over it with the black. And this is just regular black. You can find it at either your hair salon or any drugstore. It's just black. This requires a developer, however, keep that in mind. I'm also going to be using silver, and this is a dark silver actually. It's called Onyx, and this is by a brand Affinage Infiniti. And if you watched my previous video on how to get black silver dye, many of you have been asking where I got my dye from, and this I got it specifically from the hair salon that I work at, and I live in Malta, so I'm not sure how accessible that's going to be for you. But if you live anywhere other than that, you can go on their website affinage.com, and they have a link called distributors, and it shows you just where exactly in the entire world they sell their products. However, if you're not willing to go through all that because it's a bit of hassle, you could also go on eBay and you could find many other different brands. For example, the blues that I'm going to be using is by a brand called Pravana, and they are the Vivids. And these are basically their fashion colors. They require no developer, so you just put them on your hair and you're done. They also have silver, which is why if you want and you don't want to buy the same one that I have, you could also go just for the Pravana ones. So these, I just got them off of eBay and just search up Pravana Vivids. They were around 30 euros in total. So it's a bit on the pricier side, but they're good brands. They're very, very good. They last a good deal. They are semi-permanent, but they're still pretty good products. So the ones that I'm going to be using is the Locked In Teal and the Locked In Blue. I will be diluting them a bit with white conditioner just so it gives a more pastel type of a thing. Hope it turns out okay. If it doesn't, it probably will, but whatever. Okay, thank you, and I hope you enjoyed this video. Okay, so I've just mixed the dyes and I have the black over here. I have silver over here. That isn't actually silver, it's called Onyx. And then I have the blue and the teal also over here. So I'm going to start by applying the black to my roots. So I've just finished applying the dye to my hair. I'm now going to stay with it for 40 to 45 minutes. Granted, you could stay with it as long as you want. Since these are fashion colors, they do take a while for them to actually get into your hair. But that of course depends on how vibrant or how pastel you want your dye. So this is kind of how my hair looks at the moment. It's quite dark, it's quite fancy. I quite like it. This is the completely finished result. I cannot tell you how absolutely and utterly happy I am with the result. I am so overjoyed, and currently I am my own hair goals. Like, I'm not trying to brag or show off or whatever, but you cannot start to imagine the amount of joy I'm having towards my hair, just because I love it so much. Like, it is a tad bit darker than what I had in mind. However, I think that just makes it so much more intense, and just, it really, honestly, I am so happy with the finished result. I cannot even begin to tell you. So, here it is. I have the black starting at the roots, and they come down pretty low, but I am really not minding that. Like, I think it is just so different from how I was before. You know, I had mostly blonde hair, and now it's like I'm a total opposite. So I am really happy with that too. Honestly, I should come up with a better adjective than happy. Okay. So there are the bits of blues and the teals at the bottom, which I'm really loving. There are also like shimmery bits of like purple, and I don't know where those came from, because I didn't add any purple. It's probably just a silver, and it just turned a tad bit lavender, which I'm not minding. As for the process, I left it on for 45 minutes, and then I just washed it, conditioned it, and then I styled it as normal, and it looks like this. So I'm really happy with how it turned out. Regarding the dye Pravana, since I've never used it before, I can tell you for a first review type thing. Like, it's a very good product. So I'll put all of the information about how I dyed my hair, where I got my dyes, etc. Down in the description box below. So if you want, you can check it out over there. Also, if you have any questions to ask, feel free to ask me. I reply to every single comment and any questions or whatever. You can also leave them on my Instagram or my Facebook or wherever I reply. I'll be happy to help. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I absolutely enjoyed every single minute of it. And I'm sure I'm gonna enjoy it for quite a while now. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up. Please subscribe, and also please follow me on Instagram, Facebook, and Snapchat, because, you know, you could see what I'm up to aside from YouTube. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in my next one.